Hi everybody, welcome to today's session. We'll be going through the new look of Prima Cloud. I've just had that open there, I'll close that down. We're going through the new look of Prima Cloud. So our development team have been working on the past few weeks now, kind of a new skin, we've been calling it internally for the Prima client, and also throughout the system in the administration and everything else as well. So I'll be demonstrating the new look and new features also going into this release. Mike will be on the live chat, so if you've got any questions meanwhile or after the session, please head over to the chat and ask away. Okay, one of the first things that I've been asked to go through in today's webinar is with the new release and the new skin and theme that we've been using, it requires the latest version of Microsoft's framework. So as you can see on the screen at the moment, my login box is absolutely okay. There's no error message to say, or warning sign rather, to say please install the latest version. So I'm working okay with that. So if you get what's going to come up on screen just now, so if your login box looks similar to that with the orange strip at the bottom asking you to download, it's just basically updating your PC really to the latest framework. So if you click on that, it takes you through to a Microsoft website with a download. It literally takes a few seconds to download. And then you can run away with the upgrade. So at the moment you can log into Prima despite this error message, but as of the next release you need to have that installed. It's completely free and okay to use, and then once you've installed it, you're ready to run with the new version. Okay, so with the new version, so for those of you today that join us that haven't been using Prima, when you click on your Prima Cloud login box, you'll have this login screen here. So from your drop down of applications, you can log into might want to change your screen as well. There we go, sorry. So good job, Mike's here. So from there then, from your application drop down, you can log into the relevant areas. So your client is your day-to-day, putting your orders on, managing your customers, etc, etc. EDI orders or Sage transfers or whatever it may be is running there. Till, if you're using the till, administration to update any kind of automation in the system, updating users, etc. And then the report design is something we normally set up for you as part of the install. Is the likes of your invoice reports or any kind of reports in the system, like a sales quotes with images or something like that. So when you log into your database, which I'm already logged in, where am I? Not that one. Okay, so as soon as you log into Prima, you'll then be faced with your dashboard screen. So on your dashboard, you've got your tiles. So for those of you that have been using Prima, you can see you've got this new kind of toolbar at the top there. So just a coloured strip across the top. Your icons are still the same, a few different icons and kind of colours and stuff running across the top. And then on your left hand side, rather than having the company area and then the images for an image for company, an image for contacts, location, etc. We've kind of gone for the theme of Office 365, where it's like when you open your emails, for example, you can see inbox, sent mail, etc. There's no images there, and it's easy to flick through and click on the relevant area as well. So rather than having to, in the previous version of Prima, scrolling down with a little arrow to find your grid managers, you can now say company grid manager, contact grid manager, and then as soon as you click on the drop down, you'll then be able to see the relevant ones straight away and then click into that area. Dashboard tiles as well, new images and colours for that as well. Callum's been working as well, our marketing guy, with developing quite closely on the look and feel of it. So I think it's a really good job that they've done, and I hope you all like it as well. Okay, so with the new theme comes new features. So with moving to the cloud about 3 years ago now, maybe more, it's allowing us to roll out releases at a rate we've not been able to do before. So on average, I'd say it's probably about every 5 to 6 weeks we've been rolling out a release, but this one taking a little longer due to the new theme, and each time we put in new releases and features into the software each time. So I'll run through a few of those now. So in your administration area, so as I mentioned before, when you come into your login area and you select the administration, when you log in there, which I've got open somewhere, with the monitor, There we go. Right, okay. So when you log into your administration, you've then got your options on your left-hand side as to what area you're going to be going into. And then the first new feature that I'm going to run through today is converting customers who haven't ordered in the system for a certain period, automatically setting those to prospects. So you go to automation and then auto housekeeping setup, and then there's now some automated housekeeping routines in the admin. So those of you that have not seen the previous webinars, these two above it have been added in as well quite recently. So self-explanatory, archiving journals that have been entered by the system. So if you've deleted a line off an order or you've created a company, just deleting those journals if they're older than 12 months. So that housekeeping routine basically is to keep the database tidy, keep it as small as possible, so it can run as quickly as possible. And same with the web user sessions. If someone's logged into your web store and they've not placed an order and they've left it active, just kind of tidying it up and making sure that they're logged out. But the one that's been added in to this release is converting customers to prospects who haven't ordered in a certain time frame. So if I click into there, I can then dictate what it's going to be. So if you didn't want to do it for, if they've not bought with you for 12 months, you might consider those as a prospect because they're not really a customer if they're not buying off you. So then rather than you going into your customers and manually saying, right, okay, these haven't bought for us for a while using your CRM queries or something, these not bought for a while, I'm going to set those as a prospect, or I'm going to remove them off my database. So basically what this will do is convert them from a customer to a prospect, and then from there, then when you're running your prospect lists in the system, it'll be more neat and tidy, and you can see kind of who's not spending with you and who's classed as what you'd call a physical customer. So from your schedule, you can update that as well to days, months, years, and you can just basically edit that schedule on a daily basis as well. So how frequently you want that to run. So on this database, it's not set up, and on all of your databases, it won't be set up. So you'd have to come in here and manually update it for it to actually come into effect. So it's not going to give you a surprise when you log onto your database. So you'd say, for example, every week, find me a customer that's not bought in 12 months from a 12-month period, and then that'll then set them for to a prospect rather than a customer. Okay, another one in the administration is customer offers. So previously in Prima, when you set up a new account, in terms of your pricing bands, you say, right, okay, well, Ollie Rolls company will get 50% off VOW price band A. He'll also get off the Spices B products, he'll get 40%. So rather than adding in individually each pricing band, what you can do now is set up a customer offer. So how you could manage it as a suggestion could be, if you've got pricing schemes such as gold, silver and bronze, your top customers getting the gold pricing, so they'll get the most discount off a group of products and group of pricing bands. So you can group pricing bands together with certain values and apply those to customers as well. So within general admin, if you scroll down, there's one called customer offers at the bottom, and then within here you can add your customer offer. So if you click on add, that'll create a completely new one, but I'll just click on this prospecting one that I think Steve set up previously. So within this prospect one, so it might be the case that for your prospect customers to win the business, you might give them 65% off A, B and C to try and win them for the top products, or you might give them a lower discount than your actual customers. Whatever it might be, you can kind of have some sort of customer offers in place, and rather than having to add them in manually to each company and thinking about what the prices or the discounts is that you give previously, you can just literally, as a default, say, right, okay, well, this new company that I'm setting up in the database today is going to be my prospects offer, and I'm going to give them this percentage, set them up online to use the Prima Go web store, and then from there, then all the pricing will come into effect according to what is set up in here. So, for example, I've just set up a company in the database, so I'll go into the back office, and I'm going to go to the company area and find that company. And as you would normally with the pricing band, it's the same area. So if I just search for my test company in this database, open your company record, and then from the products and pricing, within here is where you'd set up your pricing bands and your matrices. So if you were saying, okay, well, I want this company to have off all products that fall under this pricing band, they're going to have this discount, add that in, and then on to the next one, add B, add C, add D. Instead of doing that from your customer offer now, so in this right hand side here, you can say, right, okay, well, this is a prospect, and they're going to get all the offers from the admin that we were just looking at a second ago. So all these here, so Ollie Rolls is going to get EOS Originals at 18% markup, Val Green A, B and C 65% discount, and Val E and F is going to get 45. So from here, when I add this customer offer in, that's basically, instead of adding them into this area, it'll pull through to this company record using this. So straight away there you can see this is the offer it's been attached to, and that's what he's basically getting. So if I was to update that to, right, okay, well he's buying from us now quite frequently, I'm going to give him a better deal and put him on the gold one, then you can just update that from your customer office. So again, you don't have to do it per company. You can do it via the grid manager to update multiple companies at once, rather than one by one going through and assigning your pricing structures against your companies. Okay, staying in the company area, information. So it could be the case that you're going into your customer today, you've got your Windows tablet pre-installed on it, you've picked up a Wi-Fi at the cafe, for example, and you just want to quickly run off a quick report to see kind of what the spend is this month, so or over the past 3 months, or something to take with you, print it off, whatever it may be. So just quickly access that report from the company area, or the sales order, sale quote, whatever it is, you can run this report and flick through. So for those of you that haven't used Prima before, the customer business review report is on other webinars as well, so you can have a quick look at that, or when you've got access to your database, you can log on and have a look at that as well. It's a really good report for using with your customers. I've just had a message from Mike. I know the connection just dropped off in our meeting room, so if you're having any problems at all, just click on the refresh, and that should reconnect you to the webinar. Okay. Okay, so I'll continue. So with the going back into the back office again, so I can close out of the admin now. So within the back office, you've got your price check option as always. So you can, while you're on the phone to a customer, you can quickly get a price for them. So you can search for customers. So if I search for my test company again, search for those, and the item I want to look at is KF24001. So search for the item, search for the company, and run a search to get the price. Connections not the best. Okay, so getting the price, and then from there, those of you that don't know, you can see what the price is for this customer. So you can see there straight away at the top, their selling price is £5 because it's on the contract. If it was a discount band, if it was anything else, you can see from here what the selling price is according to the pricing. On there as well, you can see last sold price, sales history against it, and what you can also do now that's been built in is this price history tab here. So if I click on there, it's a quick way for you to quickly open up your price check, run a price history, and then view the customer's history while on the phone. So I know previously you had to open up a quote or an order or a contract to view the history, but now you can click on price check, click on the price history, and then from there then you can say, right, okay, well everything from a certain period, so between the start of July and now, by item, I'm going to search for all my history. If there's any data in the database, you'll then be able to see that information, and you can do it by certain filters as well. So if it's just contract items or the last order, what's contracted, by item, I'll consolidate the lines onto the one line rather than 50 individual lines rather. And then from there, those that you don't know, you can create a quote or an order quickly and go through with the quote. Okay, should have stayed in admin. I forgot about the voucher code, so just bear with me a second while I get that up. I'll try again. So if the connection drops, you can refresh. Again, sorry about this, it's the meeting room. So I can't smile the monitor. Yes, it has. There we go. Right, okay, so within general and voucher codes. So voucher codes has always been available in the admin, but we've made enhancements to it now, so you can run by percentage off an order or a value off an order, and also how many times it can be used as well. So if you're running off an email campaign, for example, to say all first orders with us, you'll receive so many % off, and you can only use it once. You can set that now within here. So if I set up a new voucher code, I can say, right, okay, it might be Black Friday or something like that. You can say voucher code is this description, which is going to show at the checkout. So when they enter this code in at checkout, so it could be, for example, I've got the LFC10, could be the voucher code, and then the description is new customer offer. So as soon as they add the voucher code in at checkout, they'll be able to see, right, okay, this is for new customer offer, whatever this description is. And then you've got the option here for the type as well. So whether it's by a certain value, so £10 off your first order, or a percentage of 50% off your order. And what you can do as well is put the fixed price or discounts in there, threshold, and the usage count as well. So the threshold being if you spend over £50 on your first order, or £50 in general, you can put a threshold in there and then put a usage count in. So it might be the case that you do an offer where if they spend over £100, they get 10% off continuously, for example, so to kind of promote the web store. Then on the usage count, you can just put in there a massive number like 1 billion or something stupid. You put your start date and your end date in there as well, so you can say when it's going to expire. So if you're running the offer until the end of the year, or something to promote the Prima Go web store to use it, you can set that within there as well. Okay, coming on from customer feedback, we've had feedback on the analysis reports being based on the invoice sales, but there was also the sales dashboard that you could use for sales order figures, but we've also added in now sales analysis that isn't invoice. So basically you can view in your current month, in your reporting area, sales order figures in the analysis section now. So in the reports area, those of you who don't know, you've got your standard, custom, and all your reports. So standard is what we've put in your database as a standard report. Custom is what you've customized and manipulated the data or changed it for a certain customer, and then you've saved it as a custom copy. And then all is just both of those. For the format, spreadsheet would be like an Excel type, just basically in a spreadsheet. Analysis is the report I'm going to be going on to now. So basically with the analysis reports is you can drag and drop certain data fields and attributes into the report. So if for example you're looking at a classification report or a contract spend report or usage report, the analysis ones are quite key in being able to manipulate the data. And then the report one is for your PDF report. So like that customer business review report, you can only change the criteria in the company name, otherwise that's the kind of the report that you've got with it. So coming on to that analysis one, if you do a search on the standard one, it's this one at the bottom here called sales analysis. So that is based on your sales order figures. So I've got it preloaded. So within here, it can look like a lot of information at first. So how I tend to do the training sessions on this is if you focus solely on your left hand side here, in the attributes area, this is what you can and can't have in your report. So you can have your account code in there, you can have the month title, the account manager, product classifications, so a few of those quite popular ones, stock code if you're using like a usage report, and then in your measures is basically what data you're going to be able to see in this report. So from this data area you can see the net and the net margin are shown in your report as it shows there, and then in your rows you've got your account code and your company name. So if you're running a report on a usage report, you can drag and drop these in, and also as a tip, if you untick this little option here for the auto query, basically when I drag and drop that into the report, it won't try and calculate it straight away. So if I untick that, drag the stock code in, remove the net margin, remove the net, and drag in the quantity, for example, hit the auto query, and that's going to calculate then. So you can see here's all my companies, account code, company name, the stock codes, and how many times they've bought it in by quantity. So this is based on sales order figures. So the same principle can be used in the invoice reports, just what I've gone through there, but these figures are now based on sales order figures rather than invoice sales. Okay, that's everything for today's session. If you've got any questions, please ask away on the live chat. Myself and Mike will be hanging around for a few minutes. If you want to invest in any training or book off any training sessions you've got outstanding, please don't hesitate to contact training@primasoftware.co.uk, and we can pick that up and go through any kind of features you want to take advantage of and implement into your daily running of your business. But yeah, thank you for your time today. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week.